Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet, we got some good old regional forms, a new staple of the franchise, brand new convergent forms, and we got Paradox Pokémon. Not forms, no, brand new Pokémon with weird names. They say some are from the past and others from the future, but I say they are from either. So hey, I'm not so Ace Trainer, and what about Paradox Pokémon? Let's get into it. I have mentioned this in multiple videos, though I have never really fully talked about it, but yeah, I think the Paradox Pokémon are nothing but fruits of someone's imagination, what they believe the past and future was like in terms of Pokémon. The game itself, more specifically Arven, questions the whole concept around them being from the past or future when you follow through with his personal storyline, for example. And that's true, if the time machine was built only 10 years ago or around 10 years ago, why are there references to those Pokémon in books that are 200 years old? Even if we ignore the whole time machine thing, if the past or future was truly reached, surely you would find Pokémon that are not the ones in the Scarlet or Violet books. Maybe something we know actually lived before, like one of the well-known fossils or a less alien or experiment-driven future paradox. But no, we find only those. Only the ones that the professor expected to find. That's because they are not from the past or future. No, they all came to be because the professors wanted them to be. And there's more evidence of this. While I can see a Pokémon from the future being genderless, since they are more like machines than actual Pokémon and we can assume they are man-made, a Pokémon from the past, especially if we assume they'll eventually become the Pokémon we know, like for example Screamtail becoming Jigglypuff, it has to reproduce. They have to come from somewhere. Then there's the fact that everything about them is simply very cliché. The Pokémon from the past are aggressive, not that smart, dinosaur-like for the most part, and the future ones are the opposite. They're either docile like Ironthorn, supposedly a version of the aggressive Tyranitar, or cold/weaponized like Iron Valiant or Iron Jugulis. They're all metallic as well, something that fits the cliché part through and through. We haven't seen a Pokémon from the future, but we've seen Pokémon from the past, from various different eras of the past actually, some of which are still alive, like for example Mamoswine, a Pokémon that supposedly existed during the Ice Age. And it was that thought about Mamoswine that made me think that Great Tusk is just Donphan's version of Mamoswine. Swinub do not exist in Paldea, but Fampi do, and they are in the Great Crater, as is Donphan. And also, isn't it strange that the supposed photo of Great Tusk and Iron Threads only came after the sketch? They caught glimpses of mysterious beasts as they descended into Area Zero, meaning there's a chance they simply didn't notice it was an actual Donphan that attacked, and in the middle of the confusion, imagined it being something completely different, a bigger, monstrous version of a Pokémon they knew of, and so we have Great Tusk and Iron Threads. Which also begs the question, why Iron Threads and Great Tusk? Why not future and ancient Donphan? The names of these Pokémon make it seem like they were not catalogued as Pokémon, but as creatures, as monsters like in a fiction book. But there's more to this, and it's the choice of Pokémon as well that make me think they're not really real. We know that Volcarona is said to have been worshipped by ancient people, so it would have been known it was a Pokémon that existed in the past, and bam, we have Slitherwing. But it is also said that it replaced the sun, something that could easily fuel conspiracy theories, and bam, we have Iron Moth, a UFO-like Pokémon that the occulture writers believe was sent to spy on us. Roaring Moon is the same. Scientists believe that Mega Aerodactyl is the ancient form of Aerodactyls, so maybe this was already known at the time, and so, from accounts of how Mega Salamence looked, the idea of Roaring Moon came to be as well. The same can be seen in the future Paradox Pokémon, with references to various different visions of the future, like the weaponization of Pokémon seen in Iron Jugulis using a very aggressive Pokémon, Hydreigon, as the base. This could easily be a fear based on the use of Pokémon in wars, something they wouldn't know about given the likely proximity of Paldea to Kalos. The creation of cyborgs to replace or keep alive important people isn't that much of a strange idea if we look at science fiction in our world, so Iron Hands could have stemmed from that. All in all, just a very basic look at the past and future. A robotic, cruel future and primitive, aggressive past. But all of this wouldn't mean a thing if it wasn't for the actual mention of imagined Pokémon in the books. We have Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion, Pokémon that I find very hard to believe will not be present in the future DLC. So, if they don't exist, why is the game so eager to show it to us? Why is there even a sketch? Until we actually see those Pokémon in-game, this is nothing but a theory, but the fact that I am not wearing my hat today should show you how confident I am that this is not that far-fetched. The third legendary, the disc Pokémon, whatever you wanna call it has the power to bring dreams to reality. It has the power to show you what you wanna see. The power to bring to life whatever treasure you really wish for. The expedition thought they would find answers, creatures, different fauna and flora, and they did. The professor wished to see the same creatures they read about in their favorite books as a child, just as they wished to have another version of themselves or a time machine. You might be thinking of why the Paldean Emperor never found anything there, and that's probably because he sent people there but never went himself. Maybe he wanted the treasure while the others wanted to simply return home, or they wanted food, and that's why there's mention of fruits and all that in the Scarlet and Violet books. So he never found it and the empire crumbled. The Terra Gems are simply a mirror, both literally and figuratively, and they will only reflect what you truly want, and some strange things, some guardian, seems to be giving them to you. And that is my take on Paradox Pokémon being nothing but people seeing what they wanted to see. They are an incredible concept that brings a lot of depth to the Pokémon lore, but it all stems from one very simple thing. There's a being, there's something, there's a power that can do what not many Pokémon can. But what about you? Do you believe the Paradox Pokémon are actually real, they are from the past and the future, or do you believe they are from someone's imagination or some form of dream come true or something like that? Let me know in the comments down below. And now, like the video if you like it, dislike if you don't, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon content, and also ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. You can follow me on social media and Twitch, I stream there Wednesday to Sunday, not Saturday, or join our Discord. All the links are in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.